So I'm just in the middle of revising our workflows for certain aspects of our property hunting business, and thought I would share with you our off-market lead handling process so that you can take bits or all of this and apply it into your property business. Now, why are these useful? Well, they're a great way of ensuring that the process that happens in your business every time is consistent. It also enables you to identify areas that could be improved on, that you could add to, take away from. So processing things like this is a fantastic way of ensuring that your business works as efficiently as possible. And it's a great way for training new team members, which is the big reason why I'm doing it at the moment. And also it just allows you to see it in front of you so that you can make sure that it is the right thing. So just to go through our off-market lead generation process, hopefully you'll find this useful. So initially the new lead is going to come in, and the way that we generate our leads, they will go through some form of questionnaire survey before they even get to that initial fact find. So at the point where they are ready for a phone call, which is that initial fact find with the owner, we've already taken them through a series of questions in a survey type response, so that we already know that it is worth speaking to them at least at this stage. Now, when we speak to them, we're going to then identify whether they are in fact a motivated seller. Motivated seller is someone who has some form of need to sell. So if it's someone that's looking to sell on the open market for the full price, they're not bothered about how long it takes, well then realistically they're not motivated. They're quite happy to stick it on the open market, in which case we would refer them to one of our preferred estate agents in the area that we're operating in, and they can put that on the open market and try and sell it that way. Now, one thing to remember is that yes, they might not be motivated right now. However, the motivation could well change as time goes by. So that's why we don't necessarily rely on the estate agent contact to keep us updated, because no matter how close we are, ultimately they are wanting that fee. So make sure that you stick them into your own lead follow-up process. And that's just to maintain communication with that seller. How are they getting on? Has their circumstances changed? Have they found something they like? Is there more pressure from the partner in a divorce? All of those things that could well lead to them becoming a little bit more motivated than when we originally spoke with them. Now, if they are considered to be potentially motivated, what we would do is arrange to go and view that property. So we'd arrange a property inspection, we'd go and do our viewing, we would do our rapport building, we would build that relationship, we'd information gather, and then we would come back and do our full property due diligence just to do the numbers and assess exactly where the numbers are, what kind of strategy we can leverage for that property, what exit numbers are, etc., etc. And we're going to make a decision whether there is an opportunity here for a cash offer. So if they are motivated to sell quickly, then we are going to make a cash offer. Of course, that is highly likely to be below market value. How much below market value, we can assess that based around the relationship and the information we gather at the property inspection. So if it's suitable for a cash offer, i.e. it's not a negative equity property, or there is a number that they need to hit that is going to be around market value for whatever reason that might be, then we're going to make that BMV purchase offer, and we're going to go on to whether that offer is accepted or not. Now, if the cash offer is not suitable, i.e. it is in negative equity, or they can't take a lowball offer, then we are going to make a creative offer. We will always ensure that we make an offer at the properties where we can, whether that is a cash offer, a purchase offer, or it is a creative offer. That property owner is going to get some form of offer from us, potentially two. So of course, if we make a cash offer and they don't accept that, or it's too low, what we do is then make a creative offer, a lease option, an assisted sale that just gives them something else to think about. Again, consider the needs of the seller before you make those creative offers, because again, creative might not necessarily be appropriate. Now, if that creative offer is accepted, of course, it then goes back up into the flow where we will assess first whether it is something that we will take on, acquire ourselves. Does it meet our own internal acquisition strategy? If it does, then we move on to deal progression and we start that process from there. If, however, it does not meet our criteria, then what it will do is move down into the VIP client criteria. So we work source to order with our property investors. So we'll already know what their criteria are. And if that property deal meets the criteria, whether it's the numbers of the cash offer, whether it's the creative offer, then of course that VIP client is going to be notified. We're going to speak with it. They're going to say yes, and that's going to move into deal progression. Now, if it does not meet our criteria and our VIP criteria, then of course that would then go to our investor list, and then we would sell that deal that way. And of course, once that's sold to that investor, we would take them through the investor due diligence process and then of course progress that deal into the deal progression pipeline. Now, if that offer is not accepted, both the cash offer and the creative offer, then they're going to go into a separate follow-up process, which is our offer follow-up process. Slightly different to our lead follow-up process, because at this stage we have in fact made them an offer. We have in fact gathered quite a lot of information. We've viewed the property, we've done the numbers. So we're going to put them into that offer follow-up process so that should their situation change, circumstances change, their thoughts around the offers change, whether they're open to discussing the numbers. For example, maybe the offer that we made, whilst it isn't suitable for our own internal criteria, maybe a VIP client is more flexible with the numbers. Maybe that's acceptable. We'll then go into that VIP client section and, of course, deal progression from there. So that is our process. It's very straightforward and very uncomplicated, which is exactly how work processes should be. This is the sort of thing that what I can then do is with our new team members, I can show them this process. I can make sure that they tick these boxes as we're going along so that every client that experiences Miramar Property Hunters is going through the same process, the same experience, the same level of attention to detail, so that we are getting a good reputation, we're working efficiently, and of course we're getting more deals done more quickly, which is ultimately what we're all looking to do. So hopefully you found that useful. Hopefully it's something that you can apply into your property business. Happy hunting. I'll speak to you soon.